Shine Runners Racing Radio Show is dedicated to the fans, drivers, promoters, and most importantly, the families of local auto racing. Our mission and commitment is to help build, promote, and support the local tracks across the country.
Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shine Runners Racing Radio up in the house one more time. I tell you, I'm sitting beside the beautiful Miss Famous TT tonight. How are you doing, dear?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Great, great. We've had a few things go on. Magic Man tried to take it a little bit too deep in the turn, got a little bit too much in the throttle, and took out some chick at the intersection, so he wasn't able to make it tonight.
Turn one at Boom City, I hear.
That's exactly what they're saying. But we are in the house tonight. Want to send out hope. Magic Man's all right, and everybody who was involved in the wreck. But we have actually got Magic Man Edition 2 over on the pit stand tonight. If we go span over there, Hollywood himself is in the Magic Man seat here tonight. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Even though the screen that we look at is the same on both sides, I'm like, where is this button? Where is it? I guess I'm just all discombobulated.
Yep. Racing Ryan, how you doing, my friend?
Doing good. It's nice to be sitting beside such a polite person.
If the other Swan was here, then I would have been in a
croissant-wich. Right. Well, Christopher or Mr. Emmett Fogle back in the house with us here tonight, taking a seat. As Miss Shandy had a bunch of schoolwork piling on top of her, she wasn't able to make it out tonight. But as always, great to have you, Emmett. How you been doing, man?
I'm good, man. You know, school's really kept me busy, and I just looking forward to
Congratulations. Summer. I hear you got in the Fire Academy and are doing big things. Actually, they're looking at putting you up in one of them big spots, so that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, Chief Strahan thinks I have some very good potential in the Fire Academy and for the future.
That's awesome, man. Well, I hope everything's going good for you. You know, we're going to be going into our prayer and national anthem coming up next. So, Mama, how are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good.
Real good.
If you would, please, ladies and gentlemen, stick with us as we get ready to do our prayer and national anthem.
Wrong one. Wrong one.
He's showing the same thing I'm showing.
Heavenly Father, we just thank you once again for bringing us all together. Lord, we ask your hand upon those that need your blessings tonight, for those that are sick, and there's so many. Father, there's so many that has the flu and or just for various reasons that need your touch. Father, we just ask your healing from the tops of their heads to the soles of their feet. Lord, I just ask that you be with each person that has a hardened heart or a heavy heart. For whatever reason, Lord, the loss of a family member, we ask you to just bring peace to that family. Lord, we ask that you continue to bless and be with each of us that are here tonight. Be with those that are not able to be here for whatever reason. Just let them know that you're with them, we're with them, and they're in our thoughts and our prayers. Lord, we ask you once again to join with us tonight, to bless this place, bless each and every person here, and keep us safe in our travels on the way home. Lord, we ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please stand as we get ready to do, as always, our national anthem. Gentlemen, start your engines on another episode here tonight. Man, I tell you what, it's great to be back in studio, and we have got an awesome show for you, ladies and gentlemen. Here tonight is we have got track promoter Terry Odom is going to be coming up, and we're going to be talking to him a little bit about what all's going on. They got a lot going on down there, man. The GOAT, the Who's Your Mama, all kinds of cool stuff coming up, and he's in studio tonight in person to tell us all about it. So we're going to be talking to him. Also, we had a little thing come up. Weren't able to get in contact with Mr. Matt Hall. He's got a prior engagement. He's got to go take Matt Long. He's got a prior engagement he's got to go take care of. So we're holding off the What's the Fee is in 2018 for a few more episodes.
Yeah, we actually already have Matt scheduled for Wednesday, March the 7th. So he will be on for a call in on that date.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, but, we did our prayers. Just do want to keep Colby Horner in your prayers. He took a little spiel last weekend down at Tri-State Pro Series, and I think he messed up his shoulder, if I'm not mistaken. So keep him in your prayers, and we have a few unanswered prayers as well. Definitely that you want to keep with you. Big happy birthday, old Willie Milliken picking up a happy birthday yesterday. I say that like he picked up a win, but he picked up a happy birthday. And O'Connor Jackson's going to be having a birthday coming up tomorrow, so happy birthday to you too, buddy. Out there, and
you're a popular fella.
I am, man. This thing back here is. I ain't lying. It's dinging all over the place. But we're going to be going into commercial here shortly. Just before we hop into commercial, I want to thank everybody who makes it possible for us to be here. Raging Rooster Catering, A1 Portable Toilets, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, and a big thanks to the Parker family. They're coming on with a whole nother season of episodes with us here at Shine Runner. So thank you so much, the whole Parker family. We greatly appreciate you guys. And that's A1 Portable Toilets and A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing. C&M Pressure Washing, Redline Speed Shop, Bellinger Signs and Graphics, Temple Mechanical, Fast Tracks Mud Bog. Big thank you to you guys. And tonight, we've got some mail time. Tabitha, you've been doing some work on the mail time. We've got it coming from all over the place, don't we?
Yeah, luckily for us drag racing, we get contingency lists, so it made it kind of easy for me. I just went down the contingency list and sent out a bunch of emails, so maybe it's working.
And it's good to see. And like we say, it's free to you folks out there. If you own businesses, it don't matter what business it is, send us some beef jerky, man. We'll open it up, take a look at it, and talk about your product, as we are going to be doing on Mail Time tonight with Beeline Automotive and Performance, and that's going to be coming up here shortly. But I think, Hollywood, if you would over there on the panel, my friend, take us into commercial. When we come back, we're going to have Terry Odom, the man, the track promoter for Triple T Raceway, coming up next.
You're watching Shine Runner Racing Radio Show! Yeah.
Look at those parts to put you in the winner's circle? Let Redline Speed Shop be your one stop for all performance needs. From straight strip to left turns, they have it all. Tires, fuel, and safety equipment, and that's just the beginning. Come by today, 404 Hope Mills Road, and get your win on with Redline Speed Shop. Looking to ease the pain of cooking for your guests? Tired of hosting the party but staying on the grill all night? Let us help you. Raging Rooster, a fully functional rolling kitchen loaded with the official chicken wings of Shine Runners Racing Radio. Owned and operated by Tony and Bobby Jackson. Contact them at 910-237-4565 or jackson.bobby@yahoo.com. Raging Rooster Wings. Come get you some. And back in the action here at the Steelman, like I always say, when we're offline or whatever, we need cameras in this place.
No, we really don't.
That would not be good.
Terry, do we need to get you a pillow? Just see it, man.
We got jokes. Yeah. We got jokes.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, it's an honor to have you in studio here with us. Can we get it for this man?
Robbie, can you go get that booster?
Is there any way you can lift that camera up a little bit so we can get him? I'm just messing.
Just so y'all know, y'all giving Crystal
I've already got enough going on over here
to pick on me.
Man, but I think you were on our second episode last year, and a lot of great things have happened since then with Triple T. You guys have been working that track. You've been putting on some awesome events, and I've seen a bunch of 3-wide racing down there. Great things that are going on. But my main question, what in the world is the GOAT? What's up with the GOAT?
Oh, man, the GOAT.
I got to know about the GOAT.
The GOAT.
you were part of the process and coming up with some new ideas for Triple T, and our main thing was to start with you, Bobby Jackson, Daryl, Seeley, and a few others, is to think outside the box. Quit doing the normal thing that gets done every year in racing, and especially kart racing. And we decided to come up with a point series like no other, and we come up with the GOAT, which is the greatest of all time.
That's awesome.
And we are offering some of the biggest prizes ever in karting. Actually, almost in racing at the grassroots level. You can go onto Bob's or Bob's Four Cycle or our Facebook and see that we're offering, for instance, $3,000 in Clone Heavy. That's unheard of. You can go to a lot of these touring series, any racetrack you want to visit, and nobody's paying that kind of money. Or a total of about $15,000 in prizes, cash in prizes, that we're offering. And it goes from $3,000 to $1,000, and there is a pile of money. Some other prizes, Maxxis is giving us some tires to give away, dynos on board giving some engines away. Nice. So there's a lot of good things happening in the GOAT series.
I've seen a whole lot. Go ahead, dear.
Nothing. I was just gonna ask you, who did you tell me I was giving ammunition to?
Ammunition.
We're not going to mention it because I'm seeing her name now.
Can somebody get Terry a stool?
Just so you know, Crystal, you're my neighbor, and I will see you soon.
Uh-oh. Man, so with all that being said, you've got some great racing that's going to be coming up this year. And, in what all classes are you – I mean, let me rephrase that. I've seen a lot of great racing in all the classes there. And not only do you pay out great for the big classes, but you also are doing a lot with those junior classes. Given it's not just a jacket at the end of the junior year, you're giving all kinds of stuff out, right?
Right, and it's no secret, racing at all levels is hurting right now. And in karting, one of the gauges I like to use is how many juniors are at that racetrack or at that race. And if you follow go-kart racing, you realize that we're hurting in the junior classes. Mm-hmm. Whereas, just 2 or 3 years ago, you would have 18, 20 in the junior classes.
Yeah.
There's many races now where you may get 4 or 5, 6,
mm-hmm.
and that's scary. That is scary. So, and you've been a big part of that too, to get new people into racing, and the kid kart classes really starting to take off.
Man, I've actually started to get a bunch of phone calls. I had a gentleman just the other day. He said he got in contact with you, and you sent him to me. Hey, let's try to find kid karts. And probably in the past 3 weeks, I've had 4 phone calls looking for kid karts, so we can get. And that's just, man, that many more families that are getting into racing, which is going to build these classes and further the racing advancement.
Absolutely. It's as the older guys get out of racing, and they do every year. We got to have the kids to come in and replace them. I hope in a lot of other tracks are starting to recognize and do steps to try to help the sport, and one of them is offering a kid kart class. And you have proven that that's a good way to get families into racing. And the folks that's on the fence about whether they should get in it or shouldn't get in it, come to the track one time and see the bond that they have between the father and the son, or the mother, father, son, daughter. We have a lot of girls too, and it's really impressive. We're starting to see a whole lot more girls coming up in racing, and that's really cool. I mean, there's a pro racer by the name of Carrie Price. I don't know if a lot of people that follow karting seen her, but she's a wheeler, and there's a few others coming up through the ranks right now in the kid classes that are going to be wheelers.
We actually had a little girl named Carson who raced down in Immokalee with us in Florida, and she's a big road course racer. And I'm going to tell you what, they started her out at like 4 years old. She's 6 and dominates. I'm talking about she runs adult classes and is right there with them, 6 years old. It's crazy.
And I think you're going to start seeing that more in the future now too. It appears there's a lot more girls interested in racing. And the boys better watch out, because, I mean, if they're anything like Carrie Price and we get more of those like Carrie Price, then boys are in trouble. And that's going to be fun to watch.
Just got the word in here. Randy White says, remember, me and the family are still on board to sponsor the kids kart class this year, as they did last year. Randy White and Miss Rosie and the family come in and sponsor the Donald Ray Seeley Memorial, Donald Ray Seeley Senior Memorial.
And Randy, and you know Randy, he's big about helping the racing at all levels.
Yeah.
He's all aboard. He recognizes there's a problem. He, especially when it comes to like the mod lights and things, he's really pushing that. But with the go-karts too, him and his family stepped up for the 2017 and sponsored a kid kart class. And he spoke to me and said he's interested in doing it again, and we're delighted to have him back on board.
Yeah, and Randy actually stepped out of his seat and put Bladen Kohler in his car for this coming 2018 season. So doing a lot of cool stuff, you know, and definitely keep your prayers out for that family as Randy's grandfather just passed away.
Absolutely.
You know, so your thoughts are with us, Randy, and a big thank you for all you're doing. You know, moving on a little bit, man, who's your mama? I mean, you've got these crazy titles. I'm not saying crazy, but it's like it's something that you just don't hear. You hear go-kart. Okay, we're going go-kart racing this weekend. Well, at Triple T, we got the Who's Your Mama point series this weekend, man. What? Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, especially in the kids classes, and that's why we focused on the kids classes. If mama isn't happy, you know the deal. Ain't
Anybody got a bell?
Nobody
The ring on that one?
It takes Mama's a big influence on that race team, whether they make it to the racetrack or they don't. Mama's behind that, and she's usually the driving force behind that. And we want to give Mamas a reason to come to the racetrack. And it don't cost the mothers anything to join the point series. And you can probably tell a little bit about what we're going to be doing, but don't give too much of it away. But I will assure, and I've had many, many messages, many, many phone calls. Mamas, you do not have to drive a go-kart.
Yeah, that's what I was
You do not have to drive a go-kart. You ain't got to do anything physical, anything of that nature, so don't even worry about that.
Just come with an open mind and to have a good time.
It will be
we
fun.
are going to have a blast. They're going to have me on the microphone, so it's going to be a good time, I can promise.
It will be fun. It'll be exciting. It may be just a tad bit embarrassing for you, but it's going to be a fun embarrassment. It won't be bad.
I'll make up for that.
You
because
will.
I'll be the one that everybody's looking at.
Yeah, everybody can laugh at him.
Yeah.
But
Are you going to put on a thong?
No,
probably you don't.
No, probably
Where
not.
did that come
Oh,
from?
no.
But
Who put her over here?
No.
the mamas will enjoy it. The fans will enjoy it. And the winner of that point series, which it's structured the same way as the drivers, there's 6 points races with one drop, and every week they'll be competing for points. Fun competition. But the winner wins a custom golf cart. Second place is $400. Third place is $200.
Does it
Might
have
have
to
to
be a
break up.
mama?
You have to have there is only a few rules in that, but one of them is you must have a driver in the kids classes, meaning the red plate class. The kid kart class, the red plate class, junior 1, junior 2, or junior 3. You must have a
Can
driver.
it be an aunt of a driver?
Negative.
Must be a
Man,
mama.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm starting to get excited because I'm gonna, there's a lot of things that's going on down at Triple T that is. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've raced at a lot of places, been to a lot of tracks, and you go out, you sit down, you watch races, but you're really involving the spectators in this, as we seen last time at the Chili Bowl event. I mean, you brought all the kids out on the front stretch and got them involved with the national anthem, and that was our juniors of racing. That's what's coming up. So to see all them out there, and then you had them throwing T-shirts and stuff like that to the audience. So it's really getting all the spectators involved in racing just as much as your drivers and stuff at your track.
And I have to give you a lot of credit for that too, because you're really, really helping us with that. It's been said many a times, and I'm sure you've heard it. I've definitely heard it numerous times, where karting is not a spectator sport. Bull crap.
Yeah.
Bull crap. Because I mean, if a guy that watches dirt cars on a track, or a guy that watches cars on a asphalt track, or if the guy loves racing, it doesn't matter to him whether it's go-kart racing, motorcycle racing. It's just got to be entertaining.
Yeah.
It's got to be fun. Well, there's a lot of people are saying it in the sport, and some of the series directors that's been at Triple T said, Terry, you get a lot more fans than most tracks do in karting. And I have to say, the reason you see some bad. I almost said a bad word right there. The racing at Triple T is unheard
If
of.
you didn't get a chance to, I think MPH Productions is the guy you had down there on the video. Go ahead to MPH Productions and get that of the Chili Bowl. I'm gonna tell you what, the open race, the first ever open race at Triple T was held just a month ago, but man, that Chili Bowl race was absolutely amazing, down to the wire.
Even if you were there watching it,
yes,
get the video. If you were there, get it. It's only $20, and I'm gonna tell you that would be the best $20 you ever spent.
They said he was Hunter Weaver said I was hollering at my phone. He was watching it live, and he was hollering at his phone when it was, what's going on? It was crazy, man. I mean, it was lit.
It was off, the guy that won that, Jimmy Kanoff, come from 16th and won that race.
Yeah, that was on the open race.
Yeah, that was on the open race.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, you said that all racing is suffering, and you want to get more spectators out to Triple T. Do y'all offer any kind of family discount or anything for spectators coming in to watch on any given Saturday night or concession stand wise?
What we do on that aspect is go-karting is a long day. And the reason why is because we offer so many classes. And a lot of people want to try to compare us to car racing. Well, you can't do that because in car racing, you don't have 4-year-olds racing. Right. You don't have 6-year-olds racing. We have to have many classes to accommodate the younger crowd coming up. Fans don't want to watch that most of the time. Me as a race fan, I can go there and spend all day at a racetrack and be just fine. But your typical fan don't want to be there long. So what we do, depending on the show we got and what time we start, we pick a time. The gate fee up until, like for the Chili Bowl, up until I think it was 3 o'clock, it was $25. Okay. After 3 o'clock, it was $15. Okay. And that's the track the people that are there just to watch the race. Mm-hmm. They're not there interested in being there all day like the rest of us are. They just want to come see a good race. And we started features about 4 o'clock, so it timed about right when the fans started arriving in there. And if you were at that racetrack, you've seen the gates were flooded around 4 o'clock. I mean, they just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming, which was great. And we're going to do some more things this year as we go to attract more people. And it will be some family packages, meal packages, gate packages, and things of that nature. Okay.
And you got also, man, like and I keep going back to the Chili Bowl, which we got to get out of the past and get to the future, but the past is what draws us to the future. Man, the cars were wrapped all the way around that racetrack. That was
by far the most spectators we've ever had at a racetrack. And what I'm really grateful for is the drivers brought it. Every single
really
class,
made it work.
The red plate class, the kid kart class. I mean, they put on a whopper of a show, and them fans got their $15 worth. I promise you.
Oh yeah, it's a great time, man.
Now, what's the deal? Also, where y'all have about the race receivers?
We have we announced here about a week ago that we're gonna for safety reasons. Right. That's the number one key that was a driving force behind it. We announced that red plate and kid kart class would be mandatory for receivers. And the reason why we didn't make all the junior classes,
we build a halo and put around his head right now?
We didn't do. We have to, in order to implement that rule in multiple classes, the track has to have some receivers to accommodate the folks that come there that don't have receivers. We weren't there yet, but thanks to Patty at Maxis, she decided to help us out. So we haven't announced it officially on Facebook or Bob's. We're going to announce officially here. Junior 3, Junior 2, Junior 1, red plate, and kid kart. It will be mandatory at Triple T for the entire 2018 season, no matter the race. Those classes, kid kart, red plate, Junior 1, Junior 2, Junior 3, must have a receiver. If you don't have one when you get to the racetrack, we will have plenty to rent. You just got to bring earbuds. You bring your own earbuds with you, and we'll take care of it if you don't have it. I recommend you now to go get one. That way you don't have to worry about spending the extra $10 at the racetrack. Go ahead and get you one. For all the other classes, all the adult classes, I recommend them to you now. If you bring them, our race director, which was a great addition to Triple T.
Yes, Brian Ivy did an awesome job.
He is awesome, and I am so excited him be on board with us. He will talk. We'll have his radio, and we'll talk to every single classes out there for the folks in the adult class that does bring one. At this point, it's just recommended in the adult classes.
Is there any thoughts of going to that? mandatory in all classes?
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. Right at this point, we won't have enough on hand to accommodate all the classes to rent them out. So that's why we're mandating in all the kids' classes. We're recommended in adult classes, but at some point this year, in 2018, it will be required.
Yeah, it's a wonderful idea, man. Think
It
about
speeds up the show.
what it's going to do with lineups instead of having to throw the red to get them lined back up. Because with being in a cart, it's hard to hear to start with, and to go, okay, 46 got to go in front of 43 and all that jazz, it really helps out. But the kids, and me being a dad of a driver myself, you know what I'm saying? In kid cart, it was allowed for us to talk to them. Now, once they get up in red plate, you got to get them off the tit at some time. So, not being able to talk to them is a positive thing. Just having the track, the track, God, I'm just saying. It'll by that though, it allows them safety, but lets them learn on their own. Right. Not with dad telling them, hey, go dive down, go down under them. It allows them to learn on their own how to make maneuvers, and I think that is an awesome thing.
I think, with the adults, you're going to have those guys that are out there that are going to contest. When a caution goes, no, I was ahead of him, or we're trying to revert back, trying to steal spots. And with the race receivers, you got them in. It's like, look, you either get behind them, we're going back racing, or you're getting the black flag. That's the best part. I
agree with you when it comes to adults. The main focus is safety when it comes to the kids. Absolutely. For the adults, it will help definitely speed up the show. With the kids, and just to reiterate what Rooster was just saying, with the kid car class, they can have a team member. Most likely it's going to be the dad talking to the driver. Right. We're not going to change that. We want that. We promote that.
That's a great idea.
But from the red plate up, it's only the race director. If you are caught, which we're going to be on that signal, if you are caught trying to communicate with your driver, it's automatic DQ. It's over. It's done. We're not trying to get out there and coach your kid how to block and worry about who's behind them. They're going to have to learn that on the racetrack.
It's who's in turn, who's spun out in turn 1 and 2 when they're barreling down the front stretch. I can tell you, a lot of times Wyatt's only looking at the front of his go-kart.
And that's the problem with a lot of the younger kids. That's all they're looking at.
He is dialed in, baby. He could tell you, he could read the Bible from the front of his go-kart. Yeah. But when he needs, with the track officials letting them know that, hey, they're wreck in 1 and 2.
And Brian will be rolling around on the radio saying,
back her down a little bit.
Caution, and we're going to, make sure Brian is going to make sure he pounds it in the drivers. When you hear that on the radio, that means immediately get out of the gas. A lot of these kids don't realize that, they see a caution light, get out of the gas. Get out of the gas.
I think Emma has a question.
Roger Malpass wants to know, is there going to be any sumo classes racing this year?
I've been asked about that a few times. As a track promoter, anything we can draw a big crowd, that's what we're going to do. That's the name of the game. I personally, I don't think there's enough attention for that right now, but that's something we have looked at and we'll continue to look at in the future. And if all of a sudden we need a 450 class to let somebody like Rooster run in,
I knew it was coming.
Then we will hit it. We will definitely enter it in a race.
Appreciate that, man. It makes me feel good about how fat I am sitting here beside you. Thanks, man.
At least you're taller than he is.
You're right. You do have a point.
We got jokes. We got jokes over here.
Gaddis Burnham wants to know if Rooster is drunk.
Jesus, Gaddis. Can y'all lift up on me tonight? We can arrange that. I don't know. I'm good for at least another month. I threw Al and Cora a birthday party. I'm done. I don't
see any pictures of that.
I don't even know if there was. Was there even a night? I remember cooking a pig, like Boston butts, and that was it. That's all I think I can tell you.
Jason Prince wants to know what about the mini late models?
That's something we may in the future look into. We're in the process with the help of Bobby Jackson. There's a few safety upgrades we're going to have to do to have bigger vehicles out there, bigger cars and carts and cars, and that's one is the catch fence all the way around it. And Bobby Jackson's got some big plans for that in the near future, and we're hoping to have a 6-foot fence all around Triple T with 3 half-inch cable all around the racetrack, which would be safety for all, not even for the go-karts, but if we ever want to entertain some bigger karts, that's what we got to do.
That's good stuff, man. Any other big stuff you got coming up?
And we got that Savage race coming up. We call it, the Savage Twin 50s. I just recently posted a little bit of information on it. More details will come out later after we cross some more T's and dot some more I's. But in a nutshell, it's going to be it's going to feature a big 50-lap clone race, a big 50-lap animal race, and a big 30-lap junior race.
Oh, cool.
And what it'll be is it'll be two 25-lap segments for the clones and the animals, and for the junior to be two 15-lap segments. Going to pay big money in all of them, but we'll have a full lineup and paying huge money in all the classes.
Yeah, man, I'd love to have the Ken Bartlett just put in there what I would
Ken is
love
the man.
to
That's
have
the
that,
MPH
dude.
guy, right?
Yes,
Ken
and
Bartlett,
everybody
man.
that's on the page now, Ken Bartlett just posted down there under Gaddis, just joking with me there. And get up with Ken. And if you would like to get a copy of that, man, he did an awesome job. I mean, even back at the Rumble, I mean, he's got all of those. So
Ken has done every Rumble we've had, and he's done every Chili Bowl we had. And a lot of people bought his DVDs, and his quality of work is unbelievable.
Yes.
He captures some really good footage out there, and I've gotten every one of them, and I'm impressed by every one of them. And I encourage people. In order, we got a lot of people that are taking pictures. You got Cal and Swanee out there. You got Ken out there. These folks we have to buy their product, or they can't keep doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
and
not.
It's all a full circle. What keeps everybody racing, and as talking about the receivers, you actually have the option where they can come to you and buy some if they need it. Redline Speed Shop, correct?
Yes, I do. I can get them. The race receiver itself will be, I think I told you, 107. And then do a race receiver and earbud kit is 132.
Cool.
Well, there you go, folks.
Yeah.
Go see Tabitha at Redline Speed Shop.
And get an autograph because she's a famous TT.
And buy it. She is a local business, supports local racing. We like pushing that way, so that's where you need to buy your receiver.
Yeah. Awesome. And definitely if folks come in to buy them, let us know.
I sure will.
And we can push that out there, man. It's a huge thank you to everybody. That really makes things happen. And with Triple T coming together, the folks, every time I go out there, man, I have to say I see Mr. Seeley and Miss Melissa out there all the time helping out.
And you can't miss Daryl because that head that he's got, that bald head.
Well, in between
shines.
him and Bobby and the sun, you have to wear glasses.
We've been having a few folks that saying, "Tell you, track seems a little bit dark out there," and I send Seeley out there to the infield. I don't know if you've seen him out there. But then it brights up, everything lights up. I mean, it especially turn 4 when he stands out there, it's bam.
I heard he got his butt whooped by a motorcycle.
Did he?
Yeah.
I did. That boy got a headache.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that. Boy got a
Seeley's
headache.
are great people, man. And and speaking of their son, Tyler, he is one that's up and coming in racing.
Yeah,
that is going to be one to definitely look at in the seat, buddy.
You can absolutely take that to the bank, brother. But back to your thing about what we got going on Triple T. We have got our schedule posted, and we have filled it up with some exciting stuff. We're going to, we talked about it earlier, we're going to think outside the box and how we're going to do things, and that's what we're going to do all year long. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got the, I made a mistake and named it the Buggy Pusher. That just to clarify on that, it's going to be more of a pit crew challenge where each team can put forth a guy or a gal that they think can win it, and we're going to have a competition numerous times throughout the year, including the Savage, which is going to be a big one there. But every team can put forth a crew member, and they'll do a competition, and hey, the winner is going to receive some cash money.
Good stuff, man. So big things coming out of Triple T. Terry, thank you so much for coming out, man, giving us your time. And anybody you'd like to definitely put out there, thanks to for making this thing turn out there at Triple T.
Absolutely, which always the good Lord above. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be able to do none of this. And again, my wife, she is the backbone of Triple T. She won't never show her face up on no camera or put a mic in her mouth, but I promise you that is the backbone of Triple T. Guarantee you. But, we got you, we got Daryl Seeley, Bobby Jackson, and my man Brian Ivy. That dude right there, he's going to be a blessing for Triple T. So,
and definitely a name that I always see, Miss Patty.
Miss Patty.
Miss Patty from
Max's Gold Speed USA. She has always helped Triple T out from day one. Another one is is Randy with Dyno. Randy, and I tell folks all the time, those two companies right there get back to racing, I think, more than any company out there when it comes to go-kart racing. There's not one. I challenge you to find me another company that gives more back to racing than Dyno Cams and Goldspeed / Maxxis. And they have been with Triple T since day one. If you got to buy go-kart parts. You got to buy them. Why not go support somebody like Dyno Cams that gives back? We got Fast Shoes asking us something back there.
Tell them on Sunday Daryl Seeley is going to be giving riding lessons on dirt bikes.
From Fast Shoes, Donald Pate there, he says that Daryl Seeley is going to give motorcycle lessons at Triple
Evil
T.
Knievel lessons. Stunt,
Hey,
Indiana
I'm
Jones.
gonna leave it as
lessons.
is. That boy has a headache.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, support Dyno Cam, support Patty at Maxxis, and when you see those folks at a racetrack, and they're always at a racetrack, go thank them and thank them for what they do, because it's not just Triple G they're at all the racetracks, and they give back to the sport tremendously.
Okay, what about people getting in contact with you as far as sponsoring stuff for the racetrack?
They can go. My number is posted on Bob's Four Cycle. My number is posted on our Facebook. Our email's there. You can send me a message on Facebook. Send me a message on Bob's. Call me. We have multiple ways, and I would be more than happy to entertain anything you want to talk about.
Great, man. Is there anything else you'd like to make sure we get put out there tonight before we?
And I appreciate what you do here, right here, brother, and what you've done for
shoot,
Triple T. I greatly appreciate it.
It's all of us, Bo. It's all of us. And thank you so much for coming out. We're definitely looking forward to getting some cool things going on in the future. And looking forward to being out there, hanging out, and getting wide out there in the red plate, man. I can't wait to see that, too.
I think your folks here are getting a little squirrely here, brother.
They are, man.
I think I'm off turn 4. They're squirrely.
Yeah. Well, AJ, man, anybody got any questions for Terry on the pit side?
I was just, he answered all mine about the receivers. I do think it's a great idea. I mean, I hope all tracks eventually go to them and make them mandatory. So,
Miss Betty Kitchen says, "What about a foot race?"
I'm entering.
But we got to
He's got to get a zombie to tell you.
If there's going to be a foot race, Marion's going to have to be around. Yeah,
we will have a foot race, and we'll put Miss Betty Kitchen on pole, and she'll have to go first.
I'll go against you, Brian.
And one thing before we do get ready to let Terry go, if anybody is interested in sponsoring the kids' candy drop or interested in sponsoring the T-shirt toss, get in contact with them. You can go on Triple T Raceway's Facebook page, put a message on there. It's 100% free advertising for you guys. They'll hang a banner and have the kids toss it over to your spectators, man. T-shirts, so cool
and
stuff.
And the kids love doing it,
They
too.
do. It makes them feel like a big part of the show.
Yeah, it does.
Can we have an adult kids candy drop?
Yeah, but can it be Bud Light?
Quit drinking.
Terry, man, thank you so much, buddy. And again, we appreciate everything you're doing for motorsports. And any way we can help you, definitely let us know.
I appreciate it, buddy. Keep up good work.
Awesome. With that being said, man, we're fixing to take her into commercial, and we'll come back, and we got a little mail time.
All right, driver blue number 14J, and you're watching Shine Runners Racing Radio.
What you're about to witness is a true and factual story. While enjoying a nice summer day at the racetrack, Emmett, unbeknownst to him, ate an astronomical amount of turd circle burners. What happened next is why you should choose A1 portable toilets.
Have those racetrack hot dogs ever made a second appearance? Have you scampering around like the last lap dash of the Daytona 500? Well, worry no more. With A1 portable toilets on your backside, you will have the best seat in the house. A1 portable toilets are a premier choice for all types of portable toilet needs. Construction sites, racetracks, events, big and small, A1 can handle them all. Contact them today at 910-484-5219 or A1 portable toilets at AOL.com.
A1, your only stop for landscaping and lot clearing in the Fayetteville and surrounding areas. Specializing in commercial and residential, A1's skilled technicians are ready to meet your needs. Experienced in erosion control, landscaping, irrigation, sod, grading, demolition, and lot clearing. A1 is willing and capable of all jobs, big or small. Call A1 today at 910-858-0003 or email a1lotclearing@aol.com. A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing. We take the work out of yard work.
All right, man, back in the action, having Mr. Terry in here. Tappet, you've opened up. I'd love to see you on the mic like that. Doing it big.
No, not big.
Doing it big.
Doing it small.
But you don't have your screen
Doing
button.
a great job, though.
She is, I tell you. And Hollywood, thank you so much,
Nobody
man,
puts the TT in the corner anymore.
That's right. That's right.
There that is.
Anyway, back in action, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, and we have actually got some mail time tonight coming from Beeline Automotive and Performance. So I'm going to let you open it up. You want to open it up? And basically, ladies and gentlemen, what mail time is, to explain it, is companies send in mail. We open it on the show and see what's going in.
Okay, we got a letter here. It says, hello, Rooster. Here's a T-shirt from our shop in Stedman, North Carolina. Been a fan of the show for some time now and would love to see our stuff during mail time one week. We are a new shop in the area and trying to get our name out there. Folks can follow us on Facebook at our Beeline Automotive and Performance fan page, where we regularly post videos and updates about the projects we have going on around the shop. We also have a Beeline Automotive and Performance sponsored Mustang GT that will be racing at Fayetteville Motorsports Park, as well as some of the other drag strips around the area. We plan on doing a weekly video about the upgrades we are doing to the car and why we are doing them. Should be a fun project. A little about myself. I worked as an engine tuner in NASCAR for the last 15 years before retiring and moving back to the Fayetteville area around a year ago. During my time in the professional racing, I was a part of multiple winning teams in the top 2 tiers of NASCAR's National Touring Series. Some of my proudest achievements are 3 Daytona 500 wins, a Coke 600 win, and was blessed enough to be the engine specialist on Toyota Racing Development's first Cup Series win. I was also lucky enough to be selected to be the engine specialist on the number 3 car at RCR. Quote, I was a huge Dale Sr. fan growing up and would eventually retire from that car number at the end of my career. Thanks for everything. And some of the services that they're offering are engine oil changes, drivetrain service for rear ends and transmissions, tires, custom wheels, brake repair and maintenance, performance upgrades such as supercharger, suspension, etc., race engine builds, performance parts, performance oil and greases, race fuel, and racing tires. And
awesome, man.
We have an extra large shirt and a 2X shirt. So we've got a fat boy shirt.
Awesome, man. Cool. Thank you so much. And like I say, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do during mail time, send in your product, a shirt, a hat, T-shirt, koozie, whatever. We'll open it up out of the box. Check this out, man.
Let me get you on.
It's good stuff.
Right
there you go.
Beeline.
And Joe's a really great guy, man.
Joe
really,
is, man.
Really awesome.
So if you live in the Stedman area or are around Eastover area or wherever, you're looking somebody to do your oil changes, tire rotations, or whatnot, check out Joe over there at Beeline, man. He'll get you hooked up. You're looking to buy, get performance parts put on your machine or whatever. He can do it for you.
And I want to say thanks to him, too, for, we were lucky enough to do his signs. Bellinger Signs and Graphics was. So thank you for the business as well, Joe.
That's cool, man. And it's cool that mail time's starting to open up. We've actually got some stuff coming from
the famous TT has been doing.
That's right. I believe next week's mail time is from Jegs.
Yes, it is.
So that's going to be awesome. We had Jegs come in, Beeline. Last week we had TS Racing out of Bushnell, Florida.
Yeah.
That sent some stuff down, like a 700-foot Vega banner.
Actually, I've got 3 packages waiting. Well, Jeg sent me 2 boxes. I've got a package from Roy Hill Drag Racing School.
Yeah.
And a package from Hughes Performance.
And that's cool. Roy Hills, man, they're great folks down there. We had a chance to talk to Roy when we were at Rockingham doing the doing the thing down there. Tabitha, you actually got us hooked up down there with Billy Weeks, and it was a great time, great weekend. We're look forward to do some more of that stuff too coming up
awesome.
as well.
Mailtime's taking off, man.
It is, man. I'm glad to see it.
We're getting like Casey Neistat on YouTube status Mailtime.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So just send it in. We'll open it up. We'll talk about it. Special thanks, and it's free advertisement. Special thanks to our friend Joe down at Beeline Automotive and Performance for tonight's Mailtime. You know, and thank you, buddy. We greatly appreciate you. And I got something for everybody before we go into, because we're not going to be talking to Matt Long tonight due to he had some prior engagements that kind of conflicted in the scheduling. But so today, if none of y'all knew this, a big shout out. It's National Girl and Women in Sports Day. So with that being said, I have put my brain together, and we have got a little game.
Oh, boy.
Here you go, Emmett.
Oh, Jesus.
So, guys, this is your horn here. What color?
That's nasty, AJ.
There you go. You can be blue.
Go ahead and blow that one.
So, we're going to be, you guys, 3 guys are going to be playing.
Oh, Lord.
And me and Tabitha are going to be the show host over here.
This'll
So,
be
we got to get
interesting.
our show host on. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, down. Yeah. I was trying to get my show host on, Mom. Thanks.
Whoa.
I didn't agree with this.
Whoa.
I'm just messing with you. So we're going to break in.
I'm gonna fix this real quick.
We got to get our inner show host going on. Have you got your show host volume right?
Negative, Nancy. Sorry.
That's so positive, though.
Well, at least I'm honest.
Sometimes.
Okay, so
not much.
here's the deal. Y'all put your blowers in. Make,
Sound good?
make sure you know what you're doing with that thing. So the first one to blow out gets the answer. If you get the answer right, we're going to mark you down. And here's the deal. Since this is National Girl and Women in Sports Day, we have got females who are racers, and we have got females who are not racers.
Okay.
So it's a 50-50 question answer. Are you ready?
So when you say
When I say the name, whoever blows first, it's going to be your chance. You say racer or non-racer.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I mean, we
And
dumbed
there-
it down for you.
And there is a point series here, so you do have the chance to
What do we
win
get if we
something.
win?
That's to be determined at the end.
I got this taken care of. It's not the same thing that those folks that answered the game I had going on Facebook. It ain't gonna be what they're getting to
Hey,
win.
and you got to watch out. Tabitha needs TT. You got to watch out for red lights. 'Cause I don't want to.
Okay.
Cheating going on here.
So,
Hey, man.
Dad, come here right quick. You stand right where your eyes are bad.
Brian
Terry,
wants to know where the short man is.
you and Dad. That's right. He can't see over the thing.
He still
Okay.
needs his booster
so
seat.
You got to make us know who blows first. Are you ready?
Do we have to wait for the whole name, or can we as soon as
The whole name. The whole name. Okay. Here we go. Is this person? So you got to say if the person is a racer or a non-racer. Are you ready?
Yes.
Angel Sam Powell. Ryan.
Not a racer.
Yes, she is a racer.
Does that mean I get?
Yep.
Yes.
A racer. So AJ got a point.
You already cheating already, man. Come
AJ
on
got a
now.
What happens when
Wait
you
a
jump the
minute.
start?
Cheating already.
What did she do?
She's a professional drag racer in the
motorcycle.
pro stock motorcycle class.
Boom! And I knew who she was.
I ain't watched NHRA.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, maybe you should get off the couch and
Then
not
you
watch
shouldn't have blew
NASCAR
your-
all the
Hey,
time.
hey,
Should've
hey,
blew your
hey,
horn.
He goes to school.
okay.
What do you do?
Here we go. Here we go. Number 2. Hayden Pannier. Ryan.
No.
Know what?
No, she's not a driver.
Okay, exactly. You got that one. Congrats.
Don't
You,
jump in the start over here.
you're good on blowing that thing, Ryan. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Piper Man. AJ.
No.
Know what?
Yes, she is a
That is correct.
I have no idea who that is. I'll be honest with
You got it right. Ryan got it
It
right.
looks like y'all need to get on Google tonight after the show.
you. Who watches Indy cars anyway?
I don't
Okay,
pay
Piper
attention
Man.
to this.
Indy 500.
Okay, are you ready?
Come on now.
Here we go. Drew Barrymore.
Negative. She is not a racer.
All right.
Right.
AJ's. So it's tied
pretty
up.
hot,
2 for Racing Ryan, 2 for AJ.
Emmett, are you in this?
Can you blow him?
Has yours got a hole in it?
All right, here we go. Jennifer Joe Cobb.
Red light. Red light. Ryan, red light.
Ryan red lighted.
Who red lighted?
Not
Ryan red lighted.
Okay, so who was the first in?
AJ.
Yes, she is a race car driver.
I'm protesting.
AJ's got 3.
Protesting right now.
Where's
Okay.
the protest money?
So here's the deal. We're coming down to sudden death. It's you two. You can, if you get a point, you're pulling up beside AJ. If not, AJ's the winner. Are y'all ready? Here we go. Danica Patrick.
Yes, she is a racer. She is a racer. She's a racer. Maybe not a driver.
She tries to be a racer.
Exactly right. AJ picks up 4. Congratulations, AJ. Y'all give a big round of applause. Our winner tonight is AJ.
I give up, man.
And being that it's Valentine's Day,
Oh yeah.
you get
I'm protesting already as it is.
You get the heart.
Add that to my trophies that I've got against the Swans.
Okay, Ryan, I got one you can get right.
Oh, Jesus.
I've already threw my thing. It don't matter anymore.
No, you got open them.
I mean, come on. I didn't even try here.
Ryan. What? Mariah Carey.
I hit that one first. Come on now.
I would sing, but nah. I'd
I hit that one first.
Can you and Robbie talk about Mariah Carey? And
no.
heads up.
Nah.
All right, man.
That was
Well,
awesome.
that was our congratulations, our National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Congratulations, and thank you, ladies, for being in the sport. We greatly appreciate all that you're doing. Chelsea Blevins and all the folks that we've had a chance to have on the show. Thank you, ladies, for and you, Miss TT, as well, for being in the sport for the National Girls and Women's in the Sport Day right here.
Get that out of my face.
He offers to
Evan,
win
I'm
second
good.
place to first piece of
Evan
chocolate.
Matthews says he's a protester. But, you know, we're going on to talk a little bit today about our pit chat. And just want to throw out there, this is something cool. I don't know if y'all have heard this yet, but our last episode of Shine Runners Racing Radio was watched for 7.7 thousand minutes. That breaks down to 128 hours, which is actually 5.3 days, full days worth of viewing from our last episode, man. So we're actually going places.
And with Shine Runners Racing Radio, it's like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get. You're exactly right.
Is that what you got to eat for supper tonight since Bobby Jackson's not here?
Yeah, that's it. I'm chowing down on these chocolates. I don't know what's what.
And while we're going into pit chat, man, I'm going to break out the Carton update, what's going on in Carton before we're ready to pass it out. And the Dyno Cams Tri-State Pro Series, the Peach State Winter Nationals down there in Carnesville, Georgia, was just last weekend. And I definitely want to tap in and congratulate those folks. Friday night, man, saw some awesome racing. The number 77, Landon Huffman, was on the point in the Junior 2 Heavy and Junior Sportsman champ, picking that up. Stock Heavy warm-up winner, Daniel Simmons. Stock Heavy Eliminator winner out of Virginia, the number 234, Matt Robinson. Junior 3 Heavy warm-up winner, Kinlaw Farm, sponsored Lane Kinlaw. Junior 1 warm-up winner, A&M Farms, Brownsville, Georgia, the number 10, Mr. Brody Callum. Stock Medium out of Gainesville, Georgia, number 16 on that Phantom, Jacob Abernathy picking it up. That was Friday night down there at the Tri-State Pro Series. The Peach State Winter Nationals. Saturday night, Red Plate Group A winner, my little hero, Mr. Clay Bellamy, that number 22 machine out of South Carolina. Casey Carrier, the number 5, picked up the Red Plate B on that Phantom Racing chassis. Junior 1 Light, number 24, Braden Donaldson. Junior 1 Heavy, winner number 22, Grant McGee. Number 21, Jay Merrick, picked up the $500 in Junior 2 Light. Junior 2, Landon Huffman. Junior 3, Light, Luke Jarvis picked that up. The number 421 JMR entry, Logan Trucker Pro Junior 3, $2,000 going out to him. Alma, Georgia's man, Lane Kinlaw, was the Junior 3 winner. Colin Mize picked up $3,000 and was the first racer eliminated in the Eliminator race, which is a pretty cool deal they got going on down there. The top 3 get eliminated, and they get to go into the last Eliminator race. So it kind of breaks down the top 3, and it's kind of like a champions race going on at the end of the season. Austin Baker swept the Champ Cart class in both light and senior champ heavy for a total of $1,500 payday down there. Florida boy Brew Waltz, semi-pro medium. Austin Yarborough takes that Miller Racing engine entry to the Wins Stock Heavy division for a $1,000 payout. Senior stock winner was Mr. Tommy Jernigan. Super Heavy seen Cody Hardy in the WC. 117 semi-pro, Bubba Williams picked up the $2,000 down there at the Peach State, man. So there's a lot of good things going down in go-kart racing as well. And I want to send out personally a huge shout-out to Todd and Patty of Goldspeed USA. It's been seeing their name a lot in a lot of different go-kart racing stuff. You know, like we were talking to Mr. Terry earlier, you know, a lot of cool things going on. Is your heart throbbing over there, Paul?
Yeah. He is clearing this box of chocolates.
I'll tell you what, that stuff is sweet, boy. Good Lord.
Also, we got called in due to a strong chance of rain down there in Jacksonville, Florida this weekend. They've moved the race to Friday night. Gates are going to be open at 6 p.m., practice at 7:45 down at County Line Cartway. Fast Tracks just got canceled, so we just got that in there. The Fast Tracks down in Bennettsville, South Carolina, the February 10th Winter Point Series number 5 has just been canceled, ladies and gentlemen. So sit around the house and watch Shine Runners this weekend. February 17th, the Ultimate Kart Series presents the Blue Ridge Rumble and the Fat Daddy Championship down at Patriot Speedway, Blackbird, South Carolina, home of the Big O. And the Series 2018 Cup, this is cool, this is something that just come in, will be an open tire race series. So you can go back in the old trailer, break out them Continentals and Dunlops, pull them on out there with some, what we used to use, AJ?
Oh, back up some Dextron?
Yeah, and some turpentine and
yep.
all kinds of stuff like that. Also, in the go-kart, want to congratulate to Matt Connell of MC Motorsports, JT Steelwagon of High Tech Racing, and Harold Wiggins of Phantom Chassis won the most prestigious award in karting, the Dyno Cams Tri-State Pro Series Manufacturers Cup. You know, so congratulations to those guys. And a huge thanks to them doing what they do for motorsports. And one more thing in karting. I know I've been long-winded in karting, but that's what I do. So I just want to read this off because we need a lot more of this in racing. What are you going to do with that?
I just like seeing all the different stuff over here to play with. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
So this was a post that was made by Dale Johnson. They're out of South Carolina. Dale's the father of number 33 team, Cole Fireball Johnson. And if you were down there at the Rumble, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about because Cole he made it count. There's been a lot of track bashing going on in racing. We've seen it, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going to give you my full feelings on it, but I'm going to let you know it pisses me off sometimes. Guys, if you can't have nothing to say good about a track, don't say it on social media. Call the track promoter if you got a problem with the track. If they didn't put enough pickles on your cheeseburger, call the track promoter. Don't post it on social media because what's happening is for a prospective racer, say you want to get in go-kart racing, and you go on a page, a go-kart forum, and all you see is track bashing. Are you going to go buy a go-kart?
Probably not.
Is the sport going to grow?
Probably
So
not.
if you got something bad to say, keep it to yourself or call the person you got a problem with. Don't bash the track.
It's too easy to sit behind a keyboard and be a keyboard warrior.
It is. But I'm going to tell you one man that ain't, and I'm going to read this out to him. This comes from Dale Johnson. He said, to all my kart racing friends out there, and to all the dads, granddads, and friends that are taking a kid racing or an adult racing, I want to say thank you for keeping the sport alive. This is a sport that I truly love and don't regret a dime or minute that I've ever spent on my kids racing. For the ones that don't really know me or my family, we pretty much race on our own. Saying that, we set up our own karts, we put up and we do our own tires, and I'm very proud of all the success the Team 33 has had over the years. Not saying we are one of the elites, but very happy for our success. My reason for posting this is to give a shout out to all the fathers and son racing teams out there. Don't give up and work harder. I know it may seem impossible, but you can be competitive and even outrun the best of the best on your own. It won't be easy, and it will take a lot of dedication, but if you believe in yourself and your driver, it can be done, I promise you. We're living proof of this. So to all the small teams, just remember, people may outspin you, but they cannot outwork you unless you allow them to do so. We need more positiveness in racing. Terry, did you have something to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, just folks need to realize that the folks just need to realize that racing is hurting in general in go-kart. You know, our thing is go-karts. If you're not doing anything good for the sport, then to me you're not a true racer. If you're going on the internet bashing, like you said a while ago, you had no pickles on there, but you never give the track owner an opportunity to correct it. If you're on there bashing another driver, bashing about the cost, or bashing about this, or bashing about that, to me, you're not a true racer. We have to be all hands on deck right now and do whatever we can to improve the sport. It's not a secret. We all know it's a problem. So help be the solution, not the problem. Don't be one of the ones that, like Tabitha said a while ago, you're a keyboard warrior. If you got a problem with somebody, problem with the track, problem with whatever, go speak to that person. Then forget the social media crap. If you really were serious about it, you'd go to the person and give them opportunity to defend themselves, not behind a keyboard. That's just silly. That's just I don't understand the new generation that does that. It's very aggravating. I think that's a big part of the problem they got. And you hit it when people that wants to get it, has interest to get in it, or is trying to get into sport, and they read mess like that. That doesn't help them a bit. That discourages them to do it. If you truly love the sport, you'd call people out on the internet when they do that. You see somebody bashing a track or bashing another driver or bashing the sport in general, be that person to go on there and say, this ain't the place or time. Go give that person an opportunity to defend herself, not on Facebook.
Right. Thanks, man. What do y'all think about that, man?
I've said it for a long time, and I've primarily just looked at it from the drag racing standpoint because that's what we do. I'll be the first one to tell you I've got a hot head, and I've lost it at the racetrack. But when I started working at the racetrack, my whole perspective changed on confronting people and showing my ass at the racetrack. And I've said it for a long time. I think every racer should have to work every position there is at a racetrack. And I promise you, before the day is done, you'll have a different perspective on employees at a racetrack.
Yeah. I'm very big on that. Racing Ryan?
I feel like people should, like you said, stop coming after the track promoter, because really the track promoter is just trying to do what he feels is best, and he needs to be back with his decisions and not bashed for it, and not looked at as a bad guy for doing something he believes will make the racing them better.
Yeah. Call the track. Call them. Everybody's got a phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm sure your phone's on all the time, and if you got a problem with what's going on at Triple T, call Terry, and I'm just using Terry as a example, don't sit back there and pop, 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 pop like that and then blow it out there, because Terry can't fix the problem if the problem's not brought to Terry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we're never going to agree with every decision that a track makes, but you're still going to go support that track. Because ultimately, if you keep bashing every track, there's going to be tracks closed down, and you're not going to have nowhere to go. 3, and I was going to get into that in my Mud Mayhem talk. 3 tracks closed down in the past couple weeks because of the same thing, and it's an issue. They put their rules out, and the rules weren't what people wanted to hear. And I'm not saying no tracks or no people, but it turned in. They were 5 tracks trying to get together. And make all the rules the same, so you could race any 5 track, and it brought down to 3 of them closing after the keyboard smack. So, kind of watch what you put on there, man. If you ain't got nothing positive to say, go and read Dale's post again. Put positiveness in racing again. That's
and from a business owner standpoint, myself as why would anybody want to put up with that?
How bad does one star hurt your business?
Oh, yeah. You look at it as like the teachers used to say back in school, you can have 100 average and one bad grade is going to totally tear it down, right? But it's going to take, 3 or 4 or 5 to get it back up to where it was.
Yeah.
And it's all the time. It's keyboard warriors. It's people that don't got a set, not going to come up and tell you straight to the face because they'd rather hide behind a computer screen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like you said, be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if you and we're all adults. If you go and sit down and talk to someone rationally about it, explain your concern or whatever it may be in a civilized fashion, they're going to be more receptive to listen to you. And maybe you got to kill people with kindness. If I want to try to get something accomplished, I'm not going to come out and be a complete ass. Let's work together on this, man. I think maybe we can do this, and they might shoot you down, or they might be open to changing something.
There's very rarely any positive on social media anymore. Everything is negative. I mean, somebody's got to change it somewhere.
Yeah. Because all it does is the is a back and forth thing. You know, eventually people get tired or are going to get tired of hearing that. They'll close the track down, or they're going to come back and they're going to start arguing back and forth with the people on Facebook, which doesn't do anybody any daggone good.
We are so in the area we're at right now, sitting here in the studio. We are so fortunate. Within an hour ride, we can go kart racing, motocross racing, drag racing in 2 or 3 spots, round track racing. I mean, there's so
within
much.
100 miles for us drag racing. I think there's 9 drag strips within 100 miles.
And here's the point I'm coming across with this. If a track closes close to you, that's another hour you got to ride to get there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Support those people. Even those folks. If you're racing this weekend, post, hey, headed down to Piedmont. Or post it. Tell people where you're going. You never know the folks. We've had actual people that watched this show, and they came and watched Wyatt racing. Never been to a go-kart race before in their life, and they were like, man, I love this. I've never been to it. When you said go-karts, I thought Myrtle Beach. But this is the real deal, and it brings, when you're posting positiveness, people love it. They see it. That puts more meat in the seat, which actually brings more money for the drivers, which actually makes bigger shows, which actually makes racing go nothing but up, and that's what we got to do in 2018 is make that happen.
Now that you just said that about go-karts, we just had someone post, Jennifer Edwards Twing. She says, hey, I'm a new Southern viewer with a son who is starting go-kart racing in New York.
Awesome. So cool, man.
And James Jordan, I'll let you handle this one because you're going to...
Okay, so James has been asking. But I'm kind of worried because let me tell you what is sitting right to my due over there, my due east. What is this, due west? Is Mama Swan. And Mama ain't wrong on many occasions. And when I told her tonight that she did not win, she had some verbal exercise for me. But I posted on Facebook this past week who were these guys right here. If you want to hold that up here, hold it up there. These guys right here, Mr. Jerry Johnson, Ricky Sullivan, Danny Parker, Carl Compton, I believe it was, Archie Adams. In what year did this group of guys win the championship at Fayetteville Motor Speedway? And it was in the Fayetteville Motor Speedway book by Keith Smith, 1990, Mama Swan. But 1990 hadn't happened yet, so you got to open the page. And if you go right on in here, I'm going to keep from you hitting me.
I'm watching.
1989 Sportsman winner.
I got you back, Mom Swan.
Was Pure Stock Timmy Blackwell. And if you'll flip on over here, 1989 point standings for Fayetteville Motor Speedway, Danny Parker, Ricky Sullivan, Carl Compton, Archie Adams Jr., and Jerry Johnson.
Is this on?
It is.
So where are your notes to show who won the 1990 race?
But it wasn't this same all total group.
How do you know that? Where's your documentation?
I got it at home, baby doll. It's a yellow one.
Ding!
I got it from Uncle Frank.
Is that your final
okay,
answer?
and during this time, we raced till November. So how do you know that it didn't lapse over into 1990 when the point standings were final? Sir?
Can somebody get her a koozie? Because she's starting to get a little close to me here while she's talking.
That ain't going to save you, Robert.
What have you got to say?
I mean, she has a reason to come back at you because she jumped on that book like a cougar. I'm talking, she was confident.
She went in there and pulled it out and was like, oh, I got this one.
She knew exactly where it was, which scared me.
And I believe I know everybody went 1990 behind you. They were like, if Felicia says it, it's got to be right. I mean, you fired off Archie Adams to come give you a hug. But it was in the 1990 book, but it was the 1989 with this group of gentlemen who did. And I have the other book at home I'll bring it next week.
I have it.
But we're going to give you a koozie.
Okay.
Just because.
I have one.
You scare me a little bit.
That ain't going to save you.
I told you we were going to get you on camera one way or another, didn't we?
Got him.
Huh. Mama Swan, ladies and gentlemen. But nobody won that. So I'm going to post another one next week and give you a chance.
It's not over yet.
She has
I'm going to give you guys some advice. Flip to page 4, and it'll tell you.
Elma Matthews says, busted.
What's going on in drag racing, TT?
This weekend is actually the first NHRA race of the 2018 season. Winter Nationals at Pomona, California. Also this weekend, they were supposed to be a 2-day Thanksgiving, Lord have mercy, Valentine's race at Coastal Plains Raceway in Jacksonville, North Carolina, but due to the rain already this week and more rain coming, they have rescheduled that to next weekend. And to my little brother, Kevin Reiner, I've got to say a happy 29th birthday for today.
Yes, definitely. Now, they got something coming up I seen at Rockingham. It's like, is your dad faster than your dad?
Yeah,
your dad's
something
faster than my dad? $25 grudge racing?
Test and tune. First test and tune. It says something about if your kids talking junk, thinking they're faster than you.
Well, I don't think they want me to break out that old Buick that I had. So that thing's got to be at least bored 125 over. I ain't lying. I mean, it baby's right. Did y'all see the video of me cruising that thing? I was going to turn it loose, but I had White with me.
James Jordan said he's protest.
I'm sorry, James. Come on down here. I need to talk to you, too. I know you've been wanting to get in contact with us to sponsor Wyatt's Go-Kart, and I greatly appreciate you. And do what?
Yeah, the Jennifer, she says, we are new to racing. What would be your best advice on the first year? We appreciate all feedback.
In go-kart racing.
Yeah, he's racing go-kart.
Jennifer, what class are you going to be racing in? How old is the child? You know, and give us that, and we'll definitely give you an answer back. You know, the age and what actual class you're going into, and we'll try to answer the question as good as possible. What's up in NASCAR, Bo?
They're going to kick off the season this week. I believe Friday. Is the first practice for the Daytona 500. There will be a practice either Friday or Saturday. The Advanced Auto Parts Clash is Sunday. Also, Daytona 500 qualifying is Sunday. And then it all leads up to next Thursday. They'll have the dual races. And then next Sunday will be the Daytona 500.
Awesome. And we're having a little Daytona 500 party at our house, so if anybody wants to come over, Nikki bought us a TV to watch that with.
I'm going to come over there and partake.
Huh?
I'm coming to partake.
Yeah. Hey, for the Super Bowl, you'd be proud of me. For the Super Bowl, I actually watched like 1986 Daytona on YouTube. It's great, man. Go check that out. You got to come watch it on our TV. It looks like that Jerry Johnson panel over there.
It was an interesting game for sure because everyone kept thinking, you know, oh, Patriots is going to make a comeback, but Philly definitely put a stop to Patriots' reign in the NFL.
Right. Yeah. Right. Man, I know you've been wide open.
Yeah, and Swanee was going to come tonight. I didn't do anything. I did see that Screven got canceled. Is that right? We saw that earlier.
The winter freeze.
And I did some research with what you were talking about earlier with the
cabin fever throwdown.
Fever, yeah, so I did see the video. Man, what is up with that track official? He ought to be fired.
The cabin fever throwdown, man. That was in Ringgold, Georgia, when a Boyd Speedway official throws a punch and landed it down on Michael Page.
I mean, he just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was a little conflict in between Michael Page and John Owenby on the start of that race. Owenby locked the brake up a little bit and kind of shimmied him around, and when they broke out the microphone, Bo, Page just let them know exactly how he felt, and it turned into a straight fiasco down there in Georgia. But it happens in racing sometimes, but I can guarantee you before that was all over with, he probably walked up and shook the guy's hand. Sorry, man, that's normally how it goes. I mean, we've seen that at all racetracks before, in hand fights, and then you go to a race and you go to a fight and a race breaks out or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But thank God we haven't really seen that a lot here lately. People
no, but it's racing. It'll be the full moon night.
Yeah. Speaking of a positive note in racing, Clary's Motor Speedway is going to be opening up in the 2018 season. They had posted out that they were actually going to be closing for this season, but they're opened up. 2018 is going under new management down there at Clary, so going down there and check out some good racing down there at Clary's Motor Speedway, man. It's going to be some good stuff.
It is.
What do you got?
I don't know. I just showed up.
Sounds just like Shandy.
He's here for the cake. You're doing a great job. Yeah, just like Shandy.
Sounds just like Shandy.
I'm here so I just don't get fined.
Well, in mud racing, 24 days till we go green. That's right. Lee County Mud Motorsports Complex fires it up March the 3rd with the show and go race down in Moncure, North Carolina. March the 16th, the Veteran Appreciation Race down at Fast Tracks, and got to send out a shout out to Gina Erdman for making the flyer for that one. March 17th is the season opener at Fast Tracks, and Miss Tina Brinkley is making her first run in the mud in the NU Deep Racing machine. It's going to be a good time, man. You got to go down there and check those guys out. We got to get out to check out some mud racing this year. State Line Mud Complex down in Gaffney, South Carolina, going to be launching their 2018 season in March. And write this down. August 25th is Flag Wars. Chad Sexton was only running on 6 cylinders, boys, and still made the pass to finish second. So you better have your stuff right whenever Chad gets ready to go down to Flag Wars this year, August 24th. Any word out
of South Carolina?
I never hear anything out of South Carolina, man. I hear a lot out of South Carolina go-karting, but nothing out of South Carolina mud boggers for whatever reason. I reckon they're scared of the show. But did want to throw it out there. You know, you guys in mud racing, safety's key, Bo. You got to look after yourself. You know, they've changed a lot of stuff where, you know, it doesn't matter what class you're running now. You can't run shorts and flip-flops, which I'm sure Chad's a little upset about, but you got to run them fire retardant suits because you never know when that transmission's going to go. When you're twisting them that deep, when you stick it in that far and you're twisting it as hard as you're twisting it, there ain't no telling what's going to blow, Bo. I'm being honest.
Gary Chesney said, tell Rooster to come to one of our mud races this year. When I outrun their ass, they're going to want to fight.
Well, Gary, you got to get it off the trailer first, Bo. It runs a little bit better in the mud than on the trailer, you know. And we want to send out our thoughts and prayers with you too, Gary. Gary lost his son last year, you know, and definitely in our thoughts and prayers, man. We love you. If there's anything we can ever do for you, definitely let us know, Bo. We'll make that happen. Did Our Lady... did Our Lady, where's it at? Checking back for the lady that was posting the age of her son.
Yes.
Gold plate was her response.
What is that one? She said she was 13. 13, okay. Junior 3 racing, 13. What we can tell you with that is take your time, always be behind your driver. You know what I'm saying? Nobody that I know has ever went out there in the first race and just pure smack whoop someone. It takes a little bit of time to build if they've never been in a go-kart before. Just sportsmanship is the main thing, you know, and that's something that I got to work on myself because I don't finish second real well. But the whole thing is just being behind your child and keeping them in motorsports. And I can tell you what, if you got them in motorsports, you know where they're at, which is a great thing, man. And congratulations to you, and thank you to you and your family for getting into motorsports. You know, it's great stuff. But what else we got going on, guys?
I figured out the reason why the Sasquatch ain't here. Bloomquist is in another last chance qualifier tonight.
Last chance qualifier?
Yeah.
Who was that took them last night, man? I mean, and won by got them by just a hair.
Shepherd.
Yeah, B-Shep. Yeah.
It was 2 nights
Davenport won last night.
Davenport won last night.
A lot of like everything that's going on in late models now is in Florida, down there East Bay and headed to Volusia and all that stuff.
Yeah, man, they kick it off, and every year that's on my bucket list, man. Is to go from, you know, follow that entire couple weeks all the way through to even the Daytona 500.
Yeah, and the big thing too, the Raging Rooster machine, the number 55 Mod Light is headed down there next week. They're So it's going to be some good stuff, you know, going on with all that. So,
cool.
You know.
Gary Chesney wants to know, do you remember the truck called Trash Hauler?
I don't remember a truck called Trash Hauler, but I'm sure he'll tell me about it. You know, huge thanks to everybody who makes this possible, man. Again, want to give a big shout out to Temple Mechanical. If you need anything done with heating and air conditioning, give them guys a call. Fast Tracks, Mud Bog, Bellinger Signs and Graphics, Redline Speed Shop. Get in contact with TT. She'll get you hooked up on those new receivers. And a big thanks to A1 Landscaping, Lot Clearing, C&M Pressure Washing, Ranger Rooster Catering. You know, thanks to all those guys who come in. Just want to give a few more announcements before we get ready to get out of here tonight. This is on the catfishing front. All you bottom feeders, fishing clubs got the Jack and Jill Showdown going on this weekend down there at Jordan Lake, 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And want to give they're having a barbecue plate sale February 23rd. $8 a plate, barbecue chicken, green beans, potatoes, and a rolled dessert for Brandon Klingman. He's a deputy in Harnett County Sheriff's Office and has been diagnosed with android cystic sarcoma, which is a rare type of cancer. So if you're in around the Broadway to Sanford area, you could get in contact with Cindy Gallion, 919-935-8596, and she can get you the information on that barbecue plate sale. If there's any coon hunters out there this weekend, coming up February 10th, Turnbull Wildlife Club in Ammon, North Carolina, they got a benefit coon hunt going down for Junebug Williams. It's a 3-year-old little girl who's been diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. They're going to be having a barbecue plate sale down there as well. And big thanks to sponsors, Elizabethtown Southern Barbecue, Carly C's Farm Bureau, the Sign Shop of Clinton, JD Sports Clinton, and all going out to help Little Junebug, man. So a lot of cool things going on in our area to help out and give back to folks, you know, who are battling cancer and whatnot. You know, it's great to see that. People doing great things. There is beyond all of the BS that's going on in this world, there's still a lot of great stuff that's happening, you know, and it's good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It is, man.
It is real good to see. So if anybody don't have anything else, anybody got anything else?
We've got a prayer request. Mr. Richard Kiefer says that this may not be the place to ask for it, but if he could get some prayers for his wife, Mary Kiefer, she is fighting cancer.
Mom, if you would, please. Okay, so my buddy that asked for the sumo class, they said at Triple T, if Rooster will race in the sumo class, they'll start one. So if somebody can find me a go-kart with a bucket big enough for my tail to get up in it, and 2 zebra cakes when I finish. Oh, hey, I got to roll across the scales, get some zebra cakes. I'll race in it. We'll get it going.
Before we do this, let's discuss the sponsors, the table sponsor as well.
Yes, we do. We actually have one table left. If anybody would like to get in there, we had the stuff working on it today. Magic Man decided to take a lady out at the intersection, so we didn't get the stickers put on the table. But we have one table left. That's a $500 all-year sponsor. You get 3 tabs on the table, and we're going to be going to a bunch of different racetracks and promoting your company with this table. So somebody go ahead and hop on that one. Let's sell that last one. And Wyatt's got hugs for sale tonight for $1. Wyatt was at the North Carolina Nightmare was actually named Class King for Stedman Elementary, and Friday is the Valentine dance, and he is working himself towards being the king of the king of the school. So he's
Hey, we got a second competitor in your sumo class. Brandon Beal says if you do it, he will race in it.
Brandon, we got to find a go-kart, man. They said I got to race in it too, so believe me, somebody going to have oxygen and a can of corn if I get out there. I'm going to be...
I see a grudge match at the middle.
Huh? I'll talk junk.
You and Brandon, that's a grudge match.
Do you have an ambulance on site? Okay,
Brandon's a good driver, but I'm going to tell you what, Bo, I can come up in there, son. I'm telling you. Don't think I can't. I don't know. I don't know if y'all seen me in the Terry Eason quality towing Oldsmobile yesterday. I got a 6-foot wing I'm fixing to put down the side of that baby, and we're going to take it down to the Get Down In at 50. So y'all going to want to be at the Get Down In at 50. I can guarantee you.
What is the Get Down In at 50?
It's on. We got a Nissan Stanza. We got a Metro. We got the Oldsmobile, the Terry Eason quality towing Oldsmobile 98. And I got, the Black's Tire and Auto Volvo. So what we'll do is we'll do qualifying. Top 4 qualifiers can make it in the 50-lapper. and everybody just puts $20 in, and we're gonna go at it. We're probably gonna deep fry some catfish that day and have some corn liquor or something.
Sorry, Gaddis, he won't fit on Wyatt's go-kart.
Yeah, no doubt. Well,
Brandon Bill said they got
He
two
looked like
hanging
what-
in the ceiling of the shop.
He was like Yoshi on Mario Kart.
Hey,
All right.
Brandon said they got two hanging in the ceiling of the shop.
well, I'm gonna tell you, it all depends on if I'm riding Brandon's go-kart.
Could you see Rooster riding around there on Wyatt's go-kart throwing banana peels out?
I can do it. I can do it.
Or
bro.
turtle shells, I'm sorry.
Where's the mystery cube?
Don't think I can't. I got some go-go gadget. Get out my way.
Oh,
You know what I
God.
mean? You ain't never seen me personally finish
Terry,
Saffron.
can we get some sponsorship for this?
Yeah. 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 So. Well,
Now
Bobby.
Bobby Jackson says he's find him one.
So that's already 5 in the sumo class. So. Yeah.
Bobby, that's the senior citizens class.
All right, Papa, it's your turn.
So we'll find us some go-karts and we'll get out there and make it happen.
Uh-oh.
All right, y'all. As we get ready to close out tonight, just want to thank everybody for your support of Shine Runners Racing Radio and making it what it is here. We have a great time. It's great. I'm telling you what, I think I like sitting beside you just as much as I like sitting beside AJ.
Don't get used to it. I think AJ wants the seat back.
He did a great job tonight, though.
Yes, he
So-
did.
I want him back over there too.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we can't thank you enough for everybody supporting the sport, making racing what it is. And don't forget, in 2018, let's be positive. Let's put the foot down and make it happen. And we are actually going to turn it over to Miss Betty Kitchen. Mr. Richard Kiefer posted he had a leave of absence for 4 months taking care of his wife, trying to get money up and stuff, nursing, and wanted to pray for his wife. And you know what? Let's do that right now.
I have
So-
a prayer request also. There's a teacher at my school who has stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma, so just pray for her that she has a speedy recovery.
So if you're all joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen, in a word of prayer for these folks who have come forth on the show and is needing a hand.
Also, he stated that if you would go onto Facebook and go to her GoFundMe account, which is Mary's Miracles.
Cool.
If you would all join with us, please, in prayer. Lord, once again, we just humbly come before you. Father, we ask that you hear this prayer request and that you touch this family. Father, I know that you are the healer, and it was by your stripes that it has been shown that we are healed. And Father, you're the only one that can heal. And we believe in that, and we thank you for that. We thank you for the faith of this man that steps out and asks for just a stranger. Love knows no stranger. Father, I just ask once again that you just touch this family, that you just lift them up, and that you just gird them up, Father, and hold them together. Father, I pray over their finances that you will just send it in abundance. Lord, I ask that you be with the doctors as they look over Miss Mary and give them the answers that they need to bring peace to this family and bring peace to her. But most of all, Lord, we just ask your will in it all. Father, these things, and we just pray for anybody else out there, Father, that's going through troubles and going through things and situations. Lord, you know about them. We don't. And it's not our place to know about them, but you do. And we just ask that you continue to bless each and every person that watches the show and listens in. Father, just let us continue to be a vessel for you, that we can reach out to others and to be asked to pray and know that we have the faith that we can pray. Lord, I just thank you and I love you for everything that you do, and I love every person. Father, these things we ask in the blessed name. Amen.
Amen. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take this episode out. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We got Terry Rosberg coming in. He drives that Jet Dragster. That's going to be an awesome show, man. So you want to make sure that you tune in for that one. And, hey, keep your foot in it and turn left, boys. For right here, Hollywood Bellinger, Rooster himself, the famous TT, Racing Ryan, and Kumo D, Mr. Emmett, we're out of here, y'all.
Later, guys.